Outside the boundary of my anime bubble, you may be unsurprised to hear that another niche interest of mine is J-pop. When I'm not beckoned with the temptation to flick through my YouTube recommendations or swamped with minimum wage labor that keeps my bank account stable, sometimes the only hobby I can consistently rely on is music. While I'm only somewhat literate when it comes to music, my J-pop library has grown fairly diverse. Years ago, I began by compiling my favorite anime openings into a playlist, but much like your favorite Hololive English member, I have since graduated to exploring individual bands and artists. J-pop, J-rock, Yakuse, Vocaloid, you name it, I listened to it. But then along came Yuka Nagase, a virtual idol akin to VTubing culture, but with an emphasis on music production rather than whatever this is.
Well, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna...
Her airy vocals lend themselves nicely to lighter tunes, while her sharp fortes layer well on top of funkier ones. Not necessarily conforming to a single style, Nagase has released very few solo works, instead choosing to collab on the majority of her projects, which is a bold move that has overly paid off. She's worked with Korean DJ Aoban, Mekakushe, Dede Mouse, Kei Sugawara, and many, many more. On my personal favorite album of hers, OACL, she works with multiple producers from Local Vision, creating a diverse album with a cohesive sound. Yuka's vocals meld with the city pop-infused synth funk on the song Sleeper Store, while it's more manipulated on Mercury Lamp to fit the producer's experimental tone. While I've looped OACL more times than I can count, I've recently latched onto Mofu Mofu, her newest project and a large departure from traditional J-pop into dream pop. Swapping synths for resonant guitars and light beats for rolling drums, this heavy departure is gorgeously executed. The punchy intro track Skeleton bleeds nicely into the drearily layered We Are Sputnik, and before you know it, you've been popped into the VCR and are chanting with the wonderful VHS. Another large highlight is Hikari, a grungy shoegaze-esque slow burner that features Shotaro Shimizu from Kurayamisaka. The album was written and recorded with a live band while camped in a single studio for a week, creating a raw sound that's incompatible with her previous works. But, you know, in a good way. From being under my radar to keeping me jamming for the past year, Yuka Nagase has quickly become one of my favorite artists to really dig into. Seriously though, this album is so cool.